Hey folks, welcome back. This is going to be a quick one, brief discussion, maybe a rant. Forewarned, I know this might go sideways. So we're going to have a discussion about subscriber flare, subscriber system. Is it worth it? Um, I'm personally, I like to get a little bit of random swag in the mail once a month. Like, the things that appeal to me are, how like when they have those boxes they mail you. You pay like a $15 or a $50 a month subscription, and they mail you like some rando. They have like their little Survivor kit. One company does Survivor kit, another company does like the random cigars of the month. I like that kind of stuff if they can keep the price point down, and usually you have somebody who comes up with the kit, knows a lot about their little segment or industry. And it's usually they'll give you like, well, here's this little, like, I'll give music cigars for an example. They'll be like, here's this little fedora, here's a lighter, and a lot of times it'll be promo or advertisement stuff to get you, kind of turn you on to other things. And so it's a marketing ploy, plus it's a way to introduce new content and allow you to try new things for a relatively, you get a deal out of it also. So everybody generally benefits. So that's kind of the way that Star Citizen has introduced, or the way that they run their monthly. If you do a monthly subscription, your $10 a month subscription will, like, for example, will get you the one knife. Your $20 a month subscription will get you the two knives, and they'll give you the ship of the month, right? And often the ship of the month will be tied in to kind of synergize with whatever promotion they're going to run also. So like last month they gave us the mole. I always get the mole and the mule mixed up in my head. One's the shitty ass Drake cart, non-functional, non-feature complete little cargo, one SU cargo hauler, and one is the multi-crew miner. And the names are, so every time I say the one name, I have to have a conversation with myself. It's like the worst mind nuke ever. Um, so the mole is the mule is the little one, the mole is the big one. Uh, the mole was last month's promotion, and because they were trying to push all of the industry playing loops. And I'm gonna make a separate video about that. I've kind of been, sometimes I'll have a video on the works and I'll kind of stew on it for like a week. I'll think about what I want to talk about. I'll pull up a Word document. I'll start writing some bullets down, and then once I feel like I'm ready, I'll just shoot from the hip and then just talk the whole thing through. Um, and sometimes it leads for amazing content, and sometimes not so much. But back to our subscriber club. This is your free month's rental, and it's in synergy with Alien Week that's coming up. This should be dropping on the 12th, and it allows you to get in it and fly around it for a month and kind of experiment with it. I think it's interesting though that they gave us their most expensive in-game alien ship. I think this thing is I think the in-game price on this. Let me pull it up real quick. Let me tab this open. We'll try this over. Is like 350. 350. But the bigger issue is that, and then they kind of can push them in their in-game swag. And honestly, I like some of this stuff's kind of embarrassing. Just I would be really curious to know how much. Like, this is the cheapest swag. If they were going to be hardcore, you can imagine. Like, at least have some. I mean, if I have a lot of money invested in Star Citizen, and so you're like, I have thousands of dollars, and you're gonna sell me some swag that's worth like 1350, like the cheapest canvas bag. Like, if I'm a whale, then at least show me some swag that represents whale status. Like, holy, this is junk. This is junk. But back to, I digress. But back to, is it worth it? Right? Is it worth it? So if we scroll down here to buy the knife in game, it's $4. Does it not show it? It's $4. And like last month was, I don't know why they're not showing here. Last month was the backpacks, and so it introduced some new skins onto the backpacks. There is currently a version of the backpacks already in the game, but let's say you pay your $10, you're gonna get one backpack. Well, you can buy the backpack for $5. So for that same nominal value, you could have bought two backpacks off of the store. But here is the problem. You don't have access to this stuff if you're not a subscriber. So like for Valentine's, they gave us the one pink armor set. If you paid the $20, you get the two pink armor sets. So, and then you would have been ahead to $3. $3. You would have been ahead $3. The prior month they gave you the pack, the 4 skins, and usually skins sell for like $5 to $9 each. So you're technically really ahead if you had any of these vehicles. So it's hit or miss. It's really kind of subjective on its value. You wouldn't have access to buy this stuff. But here are two thoughts. One is Star Citizen hasn't pushed any new content. Now, you got to keep this in context. Any new content in a long time. Like, when was the last time they introduced a new armor set or a new weapon? I mean, we've seen kind of like prototyping stuff, and they've been talking about stuff on the roadmap, but we haven't had access to that in years and years and years and years. So your only way to see new stuff is through the subscriber store. Even though it's just a reskin, this is the only way that you're going to see new stuff. But it's kind of a shame for the amount of money that we pledged to the game, how little of it is like if we were to play a game like Diablo or Fortnite, they're constantly coming up with new skins. There's a lot more content that gets pushed into the game, secondary and tertiary effects, not just a new ship or not just a new gameplay, but like new armor sets, new appearances. But it's very, very lackluster. So this video is more of a warning than it is what you get for your feature set or what's your ability. So you have to, when you pledge to this, it's lackluster. It's mediocre at best. And I'm going to speak to another part of this about how it's super jacked up. So if let me drag this over here. Let me show you this. So as somebody who's been a part of the Star Citizen experience since 2017 and purchased a lot of content, I'm gonna drag this over and show this to you here. And some of this is kind of a little embarrassing, but it gives a little level of insight. So this is 75% to Wing Commander. So that's some money, right? That's over. And look what I this is at $7,500. Look what I get for my exclusive store. So, some trash ass keychains. Now this is my opinion, okay? Some trash ass some janky ass truck driver hat, some skins. And before they would say, well, if you were a concierge member, then you would see the stuff a day ahead of time. You would, whenever they had events, you would have access to them a couple days ahead of time, and then you would get exclusive deal. This is all the same shit that everybody else gets. And then if you scroll through, these are all skins, right? And so they do not take care of their concierge members. Not one. So here's super jacked up. So when I broke the $5,000 mark, I got a gold armor set. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, and when I broke, when I broke, this is so jank. You know, this is what CIG thinks of us. Um, when I broke, I think this was like the 3000. I got the shittiest ass sniper rifle in the game. Not a good one, right? The shittiest ass one. And then when I broke, I think it was $1,000. I got a pistol. Okay, so this is what super. This is a joke. Um, so here's that exact same armor set, but in pink. This is the exact same armor set, but in pink for my $10 monthly subscription. Right? That's right. For my $10, I got the same reward as the $5,000 pledge to Star Citizen. And let's go down the rabbit hole a little bit more. Hold on, let me pull up another let me pull up another price point here. Let me pull that off. Oh, we're gonna go. And, you know, when they talk about like customers care, none of that stuff. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. It doesn't manifest to you know to what it pays. Okay, let me go to store or subscription. Bear with me, folks. Subscription store. Okay, so here are the knives, right? So here's your $4 knife that you get for your $10 a month subscription. They don't even do like the other companies like the Sakarga where they give you $50 of value for your $25 a month subscription. They even lowball you on this shit. So see, like when they did the skins, you know, they gave you the 4 skins for $10, so that was a fair deal. That was a good deal. You know, the laser, you know, I thought the lasers were pretty neat. So if you paid the 20, you got the 2. But if you paid the 10, you got the 1. Same thing for this. If you paid the 20, you got the 2 guns for $10. But if you pay the $10 a month, you just get the 5. So let's scroll down. Like when they did the suits were a good deal. But this, you know, the way that I see this is the value should always be above what the store price is, and that would incentivize you to be a subscriber because A, it's random, so you have that surprise coming up. But they're not going to gyp you, like give you a $4 knife for a $10 package, because you get the free months of rental, but it's not, you know, like back here you got some non-functional suits back a year ago, right? You got some gangster suits, but you can't really wear that stuff. There's no player loop in that. But we're gonna go down to the pistol that I got for my $5,000 contribution, because they sell it on the pledge store in here. We're getting close. We're getting close. It's one of these pistols. Where are you at? I seen it in here. This is not it. But my point is though it's a $5. So for me contributing $5,000 to the organization, I got a $5 pistol. I mean, it's all fake pixels and BS anyways. The least they could do is, like, you know, take care of you and really make it to where, you know, you get a giant, you know, $70 game pack or something comparable to you know, the all red. You know, they really should give you where's that regular subscriber. If I click here and go gear, you know, they have these suits. They should just be giving you an entire suit set like the one they have in here for $60. That's but in gold. They should just give you the full gold armor set, right? But in gold. This is what they should give you for your, but instead they give you a $4 or $5 pistol. So, folks, when you contribute to the Star Citizen experience, you have to be aware that that it, you got to kind of have a conversation with yourself. Do I want to support the people who don't want to take care of me after our properly compensate? I think it's a better word. Compensate for my level of contribution over the last 7 years, or do I, am I okay paying the $10 for a $4 knife? Um, and I know that some of this sounds excess, and it's a lot of money, and I do, in some ways, I do regret spending the money that I have spent on Star Citizen, because it has not manifested and shown the development that a person would expect it to show. And I'm just being honest. I'm not glory coating anything. I'm not like, it's amazing. Yeah, look at this night. I'm not doing that. I'm just giving you it raw and real. And if you don't like it, then don't like it. Am I going to cancel my $10 a month subscription? No, because I like to have access to the store. Do I get my value out of it? No, I don't get my value out of it. Does Star Citizen take care of their pledgers and their backers? No, they don't. No, they don't. They don't. Not one bit. They completely neglect the concierge program. So before you buy any big ships and you throw down some serious money, that's part of the conversation you need to have with yourself. Am I going to be? Are some of these perks that they're advertising, are they properly, are they projected the way that they are projected? No, they're not. It's okay, folks. I'm not trying to be negative here. I just want to be real and have a real conversation about your monthly subscription, and what you get out of it and what the expectation is, and the kind of the hype around it. And I hope you appreciate my honesty and understand that this is my opinion. And and please like and subscribe. If you have any feedback or thoughts, let me know. Criticism is always welcome. If you have a counter argument or a good point, if you want to clown on me for spending as much money as I have on this stupid game, you're welcome to. I'm okay with that because I deserve it. I could have bought a Ford Focus. And put a spoiler on the back, put little bitty tires on it, and change the muffler to be wah, wah, wah. But instead, I dumped it on Chris Roberts' dream, and they can't even dye the armor gold and properly represent. Like, WTF, man. There are other issues too, like when you buy this armor pack and then you 30K before you leave the space station, it's gone forever. There's not even a way to claim it. So until they address some issues, I wouldn't recommend buying any of this stuff in the game until they have a way for you to retrieve it. But that's neither here and there. So, give me feedback. If you want me to redo this video, I'll redo this video. Thanks for watching, folks.